No, I'm only joking. Good morning. How are you this morning, Mrs. Mama D?
I'm good, thank you, Drew. And how are you doing this morning?
Do you know, I'm doing okay. I'm literally live. I put on the post 11 o'clock. I hope people understand the mistake I done.
We're human. We had to go a little bit earlier because commitments on other things like families.
Commitments are pain in the butt. I'm not
They
gonna.
are, they have to be done.
I know. I'm a grown man. I can angle this. You know, it's that time in the morning, but I gotta do my thing anyway.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
guys, it's 10:16 in the morning in the UK. If you're up, wow. Get what? Guess what? It's get what? It's guess what? It's Friday. It means Friday is night clubbing. Night clubbing means party. That means raving. That means ranting. Don't forget to put your cups out with a nice cup of coffee. So, I'm not rapping, forget that. So, get your cups out, get your coffees out, get your teas out, get your cold drinks out. Kids, don't do alcohol. Get your biscuits out. And everyone share this live. It is going to be a while before we have people on because it is still 10 o'clock in the morning and people are getting ready to go to work or leaving. So, we'll make this as an interesting podcast by talking to each other and bantering about random stuff and bantering about silly, common things in the morning. Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like
Something like that.
something like that. But before we may as well come and give you guys a bit of a chat with Brew the Drew. And Brew the Drew, it's a really good show once we start back and doing live. I'm just getting messages of people now from on Snapchat. And I just got to shout out like crazy. So everyone on your Facebook.
Well.
Say that again.
Exactly what I was just doing too.
That's what you was doing.
I am. I'm just sharing out on my
on your crazy Facebook. Send it through all your Snapchat and like all your WhatsApp.
I don't have them on my computer yet.
You don't have them on your computer yet.
No, I'm slacking.
None of us are that genius yet.
We're slacking.
We are slacking. She definitely is slacking. See, we're right behind. We ain't got we ain't popular anymore. We ain't that big as one as they call it. That's what they said. But we're not worried. We'll make it entertaining as usual about random stuff. But guys, if you're new to the show and you're just catching, this is the Brew the Drew show. And Brew the Drew happens with either Phil or Dorothy. And it can happen with anyone. We can have movie actors on it. We can have paranormal teams on it. But Brew the Drew is to sit down in the morning, talk about the shows, talk about the busy junction on the roads, talking about your plans, talking about the future, maybe possibly talking about random quarry stuff.
They're always random. That's the whole point.
It is random on this channel. It does go happen. So, Mama D, tell me what your plans are today. While I'm in the middle of doing my chores too.
I've got loads I've got to catch up with today. I've got a... Was that you? What? It must be because he's still past Sparko. That's right, I just had somebody in the background going, pick up a penguin jar. Do you remember that advert?
The penguin, pick up the penguin. So
thinking of all the chocolate biscuits as kids. And I blame my son for saying that one now because that's got me started. The one that always sticks in my mind was, if you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, join our club. Do you remember that one?
I remember that one. Sing it again.
If you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, join our club. Because it was the club biscuits. You can get the orange ones and the mint ones.
I remember the club biscuits as well. I remember that song.
And I remember that was the jingle for them when I was growing up. Shows how old I am now, doesn't it, really?
It just shows the ages, what we are doing. Like, it really does show our ages.
And how there's a new Odd World coming out.
Hey, here comes trouble. Morning, Paula.
Who actually won the competition between you two the other night?
I did.
Oh, who won? No one won. It's like it's still carrying on. It's still going. He's-
Charlie said you both came in third place.
Well, Bo's still coming third place. No, stop lying, Paula. Now, come on, stop lying. No one won. She always does this. Always.
Yeah, women always win.
No, they
Eventually.
don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. I'm sticking to my guns. My foots are down. Obviously, I'm sitting on my ass at the moment, but it'll get back up later on.
Oh, I say, once I'm finished this, I'm off out. I've got to go
There's only,
clothes shopping.
there's only one woman that you can't win against.
Drew, it's 5:20
Morning,
in the
Angel.
morning. The
Mommy.
people in the
Only one
US
woman
are
against.
sleeping.
That's the one
What
woman.
are you doing? I
Not
just
good.
woke up. Dude, it's like 20 past 10 in the morning in the UK. It's called Brew the Drew. So Brew the Drew is a show where you talk about anything with a coffee in your hand. Boom, with a coffee in your hand, with a biscuit in your mouth, or a cookie or a dough, and you
Well-
sit up with the coffee and you drink the coffee and you drink it with us and enjoy the show. It could be a random, it could be anything silly, it could be anything stupid, but it could be anything random. It could be anything like a journey in the Father Time in a Christmas here. It could be anything. But that is most of the random time.
What about paper?
Do you got a hoodie on
It's
its
stupid.
boiler?
Yeah.
Look, you don't know me, yeah? I tell you now, you do not know me. I know myself. It's lovely and warm in this hoodie. Okay? Yeah, bruv.
Charlie says, but do you know the game?
Oh,
No swearing.
no, Charlie. No, you said it like that. No, I lost the game. No.
We've all lost the game. Oh. Morning, Nigel.
Good morning, Mr. Nigel Potter. How you doing, Mr. Nigel Potter? It's live with us. I have shared my to my group page. Cheers, thank you for telling me that.
Nigel.
I'm going to take a shower. Oh, he's getting all wet here. He's
Oh,
getting
Paula
lucky.
doesn't know the game.
Coffee, if you
Right,
still
it was
on.
It was a
in the half-
game that started back in the 70s. It wasn't a game. It was
a game.
it started out as a social experiment. Charlie, come and explain it.
Oh.
Charlie, come
Now
on, get in the box.
done.
Oh God.
Come on.
Yeah. Come on, get your curly hair on here. Oh my
No.
God, he's so sexy.
That's going to be gone by tomorrow.
Are you
Yeah.
cutting it off?
Yeah.
It's summer coming in, so it gets too hot for him.
True, it's going to be big and curly.
Right.
But that's
Anyway,
The game.
the game was a social experiment. One of the ones that didn't go stupidly wrong, like the Stanton prison experiment, but we're not going to go down that road.
That's for another conversation.
But basically, it was the aim. The aim of this social experiment was to forget the game. If you remember the game, you lose the game, and that's it.
Brew, not this time in the morning.
so.
And that is all it is. If you remember the game, you have lost, and there is no way of winning the game.
Although they did put a twist on it.
No.
No, it wasn't just me. They did put a twist on, not the people that set the experiment up.
Yes.
The twist on it was that you could win the game by telling the Queen that she'd lost the game. Unfortunately, the Queen is no longer with us, so you can't win the game.
Yeah,
They
people just tried to add that if you could manage to say it to one of the royal family, you won the game, but that never was part of the experiment in the first place.
That was just what got added on over the years.
It's called a
What
myth
people
and
like
tales.
my mother added.
I didn't add it, somebody else added it.
I said what people like my mother added
Oh, okay.
because they don't like a game.
Which is why I keep saying I can't lose the game now, because the Queen's not here to tell her. So no, we've all won.
So the whole entire nation of the world just won the game.
In theory, but we haven't if we're going back to the actual original.
So
experiment.
let's go back to the original then.
Go back to the original. No, because we're talking about the game, and anyone that's watching us now has just lost the game.
You be the queen. If you be the queen girl, my days.
I was once, not the actual queen, but a carnival queen once, many moons ago.
Wait, does it include drag queens?
Oh, that's a good point. Charlie's just come up. Does that include drag queens?
It possibly can be actually, because it's based on Queen.
Yeah. I know someone that used to be a drag queen.
You can't ask.
You know, a lot of people in the
James
drag queen.
Scott.
Nah, I'm not pretty. No,
I
we're
bet
not
you
doing
are.
this. We're not
Everybody is
doing this,
beautiful.
Paula.
Everybody is beautiful in their own way.
I'm beautifully insane.
You may not feel that you look beautiful on the outside, but on the inside, I bet you are as beautiful as everybody else.
You know what? Do you know what? This is the argument, okay, right? This is why we do it, okay? So Paula is like, I call her beautiful, respect her who she is and what she does. Okay, she's a good friend of mine. We're really best friends. And
Don't lose that for a second.
oh, literally, me and her are like best friends. And this is how the competition began. And she's like, nope. And I'll go, yep. And then she goes, nope. And then she goes, yep. And then she goes, nope. And then I go, yep. And it just carries on until the point I win this competition. But she's going to win this competition. But then I'm going to win this competition. And then she's going to win this competition. It just gets all
You just take it in turns to win.
I win the competition. There you go.
No, you don't win the competition. I win the competition.
You both lose.
Paula's but nope, I win.
You both lose. There you go. I win.
No, but I win.
No. Okay, we'll solve the argument. I win.
No, no one wins until I say I win.
No one can win because the game has been lost.
Which game?
Okay, so guys,
I'm
look,
confused.
let's carry on what we're doing. This is the plan. Okay, so DNTV, where we at with Brew the Drew? Brew the Drew is going to be a wicked show again. Back up making mornings music, and also bring in the fun of Paula's part of that fun. Mama D's part of that fun. Everyone is part of this fun. It's wicked. Bringing the movies back in, I am looking forward to a few new movies that are coming out recently. So I've been watching some series on Netflix. If you've been watching stuff on Netflix, put in a comment because we will literally answer that comment and see if we watched it or not. And if we haven't, we'll just go on Netflix and have a little look. I've been watching Disney as well. I've been watching Salem. Salem is so freaking addictive. Salem is.
I've just started watching Bones on Disney Plus.
Oh, the White Man of Angel. Oh, Buffy the Vampire. The great actor.
I'm just watching it at the moment. That's
Supernatural's pretty good.
yeah. We know all about Supernatural, don't we, Drew?
Yeah, we do.
Hey,
That thing really killed me, I'm telling you. Someone recommend Castle
I
to
know
me.
that one.
Castle.
And that a detective film where a guy is a genius in maths.
Ooh. I've not watched Gotham either.
Gotham's good.
Gotham's brilliant.
DC.
It's wicked.
We won't go down that, Charlie. At the
I
moment.
have no, Mum. I'm not your ex that goes dirty DC.
I know.
Castle is a good, really good series and episodes involving like detective work, and it's absolutely brilliant how they designed it and how they made it to be thinking about how to figure out the clues in maths. You should really check that out. He was in prison. He was a good hacker and stuff like that, and he done some burglaries as well. He's pretty good, and they got him out of prison for doing that.
Yeah. I mean, I've just been watched. Well, there was one that we were talking about the other day that we've watched.
Definitely a haunted place. Those three turn up at once.
Oh, let me just if it'll make the picture bigger or spin your screen, and then I can show it. The picture that Charlie's about. We're about to show. It's funny. Charlie says you definitely know the place is haunted when you see this picture.
Well, he could tell me that again.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go. You have
to bring it to the camera closer.
I can't. No. If I get too
Is that the
close,
Ghostbusters?
Yeah, you got the Ghostbusters car, the Mystery Machine from Scooby Doo, and the Supernatural car.
Yep, that
all
place is
parked
haunted.
up. If you've got all three of them, then you know that place is definitely haunted. Or there's definitely something going on. Because could you imagine coming across all three of them at some car show or something? Yeah, okay.
What I love.
I would actually go though. I would actually go.
Oh, I would too. I'd be one of the first ones there.
If you're a paranormal investigator, you know what you gotta do. It's get off your butt and get on that. Do some investigation.
Exactly. Definitely going to be doing some of that soon.
Oh, we haven't got our usual people on this morning, and I wonder where they
I
all
know.
are today.
Probably a bit early for some people though.
It is though. It is, but we could actually like share this out and on from YouTube and say was the morning show,
Yeah.
and if you miss it, please watch the show again.
Exactly. That's how we do it.
Are we going to bring people
it'll
on here
be
soon?
there.
Are we going to bring guests on here soon?
I hope so.
The poster did say, yeah, it did say 11. It did say 11, but it was kind of like
say
a
11.
blonde moment for me.
No, just use the excuse I normally use if I type something wrong.
What?
And mind you, though, you can't get away with that one, not with 1 and
Tell
3
me.
and 0.
Tell me.
I was going to say that you Fat Fingers got it wrong. Or
How can I do that?
I was going to.
Depends if you're using the numpad.
Oh yeah, if you're using the number pad, then it could be that your finger slipped onto the 1 again instead of the 0. You know, I was just thinking of the row of numbers at the top of the QWERTY keyboard, but thank you, Charlie.
What do you mean? I'm just more efficient. I use the numpad to do numbers.
I'm a bit special. That's the problem I got. I'm a bit special when it comes to numbers.
If I didn't have to be somewhere for 12 o'clock, then I would have happily have done 11 till 12, but I've got to be somewhere.
I got to be somewhere all the time.
Busy being a mama D.
I'm just thinking, like, usually we get crazy with people in the morning. So let's try an evening. I'll try an evening later on today.
We can have a brew of an evening.
Yeah, sure. Try
Although
that.
it won't be Friday, Saturday, or Sunday because I'm busy all 3 days. Once this is finished, that's it. My time is pretty much taken.
You're not free tonight, then?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna have to find another host tonight.
I'm off to a pamper evening tonight to raise money for Chloe's and Sophie's Special Ears Fund.
Oh.
And Amanda, myself, and her mum are doing a UW's 20k stall.
Are we constantly raising money though, both for us? Like,
I'm always doing something to raise money. I mean, I volunteer at the charity that I do a lot of fundraising for have 3 charity shops at the moment. Right. And they're looking at opening their 4th one very soon. And
so they're getting there then?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the charity itself started about 13 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was basically a family, Brian and Karen, absolutely lovely couple. Brian's deaf, and they have 2 girls who have also been born deaf. And they're called Chloe and Sophie. Well, obviously, having deaf children, they found out how tough it was to get the help, support, everything else that you need in that sort of situation. So they thought, well, actually, if we're having trouble, why don't we start a charity to help others in the same situation? So now they make wishes come true by providing for children with cochlear implants can't use a normal cycle helmet. So what they do is they have special helmets made so they can wear their cochlear implant as well as go out and enjoy being on a bike. They have the vibrating alarm clocks, things that children would need to be able to lead a normal life as best they can being deaf. And it's also to raise deaf awareness around other families. And the charity is absolutely brilliant. They've got 3 charity shops at the moment. You can find them on Facebook. They're called Just for Kids. You've got Just for Kids Borden, Just for Kids Camberley, and Just for Kids Aldershot at the moment. They're looking to open one in Farnborough soon. And they also have a sub-branch, not for the charity, up in Wales.
So why don't we just make another sponsor to them, like through DNTV then?
I'll speak to Karen and Brian.
Because as a business, we like to give that support as a charity
Yeah.
base, but
Yeah.
at least it's a proper charity. Like the last charity we helped was an absolutely terrible attitude with them, and we found out a lot of things where they weren't actually properly respecting other people. But where we want to give help to the charity, where we want to give help to the people, let's have a discussion about it and see like if we can make a supporting sponsor or something for them. So then, if you want to do that,
I'll speak to Karen and Brian.
I'll fill it. I gotta
I'll
fill out new
tonight, but-
applications, like disclosure form. Like I got some new disclosure forms coming in, so
Yeah.
I've been looking at them.
I was
So
just trying to see if I've got something with their logo on it, but I haven't on me.
we'll have a chat with them and see what we could do for them. Because yeah, but anyway, that's just going to talk about. So if you're starting up a business, a small business, or you're starting to want a bit of help again out there, Entertainment TNT company is literally it's company, it's a sole trading company. Like I said, we like to give the offer out there to people chances. We do charge for advertising and business. The reason why we do that is because we do promote the business out there. The last sponsor we had was Snails, and I think she had about at least 15 or 16 new clients, roughly about. She's even been recognized out there further in the platform now, by we all working together and boosting their names out there, promoting them and helping them, bringing them forward. So if I come to you and ask you for like sponsoring, and that's what I will do, I'll come to you. So that sponsor could be on my platform or it could be on my thing. I'm only doing it to rare companies. The things I'm doing with the paranormal field, I'll have to check if they are registered as a business. If they're doing it for free, like a free thing for a good charity event, then we will speak and we'll talk about helping you.
I just put the link in for the charity.
That's cool. I think a lot of people needs to understand what we're offering out there more often and see what we're doing now. Building that name up together. Well, I'm lost where I'm going to. But I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
I've got a few busy Chloe's and Sophie's events coming up. They were looking for people to do stalls and things. So obviously I said I can't do tonight, although it is for them. I'm there in my utility warehouse capacity tonight. But obviously I've got other people that are coming along that are supporting the charity. Then there's a few more.
Should I ask you about a question with utility warehouse? With utility warehouse, let's get this out the water because I think it's nice to people hear about. With utility warehouse, do you think it's like a lot of people doesn't understand utility warehouse and people had bad history in the past, going back in the past, because some stories are different.
Yes, the thing is, some people think that utility warehouse is another company.
Can I say it?
I mean, because they do sound very similar, except the other company ends with an A. I'm not saying it because I'm not getting anyone into trouble.
Utilita.
I'm not saying it.
I said it. Let's see if I get into trouble. I'm saying except I might get into trouble.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people think that we are them, but we're not. They're two totally different companies. If you search them, you would know. Oh, I'm just going to mute for a moment because I'm not sure what's going on in my background.
Something's happening in the background. It took serious. For her to do that on the live air, that's like, oh, this is serious.
Yeah, and here we are live. Oh, you should have passed it over.
Why?
It was a scam call.
Say again?
It was a scam call. But I didn't know if it was anything to do with the appointment we've got later on or not. But Yesterday was a very interesting day with the scam callers.
Do you know what? We should do a show called The Scam Shows.
Well, basically, Gary had a phone call come through and he didn't know the number. So he just answered it, blocked, and declined it. A few minutes later, he had another one come through. So Sophia decided to answer it and turned around and pretended to be his receptionist and turned around and said, "Oh, just hold for a moment and I'll go and get him." Muted the call, put it on hold, and just left them sat there for about 10 minutes. And they still waited on hold, thinking that she'd gone to get Gary. So then we've answered it again, and Gary's replied with in a different voice to his normal one, and told them that they had interrupted his session, shall we say. Similar to ones that you've been caught out on, Drew, when you've been doing things and had phone calls come through.
It's true.
Without obviously going into detail because it's time in the morning.
I love playing games with scammer calls.
And they still tried to have a conversation with him. He said what he was doing, and they were like, what? And then when I think they realised what he'd said, they hung up. So now that's what
I would love that. Personally, I love winding them up. I really do. If you get scammer calls, guys, and sure or not, they still do it. Now, I remember I was sitting in the back of a taxi heading off to see my son, and I kid you not, the taxi driver was sitting in the front, and I answered this call, and they said, "Oh, look, it's a scammer call." So anyway, they ring me back, and because my business contract is with O2, they ring me back on it, and they said, "Hi, is this Drew?" And I went, "Yeah." And they said my full name, and they want my address and all that, my national insurance. And I said, "Why are you asking for my national insurance? What's it got to do with you, with that one? Your business contract?" And they couldn't give me a full answer, give me a story. I went, okay. And this taxi driver could see what I was doing, so I was like, I give them like a bogey number and a bogey digit word. The word I give them, and I spelt it out for them, was this: "See you next Tuesday." That's what I give them. So in number and also in spelling. And they didn't click on. And anyway, so they hung up, and I rang the number again just to say, I've got one thing. As I run that number, it run me straight to the shop of the company's owner who owns that number.
Oh dear.
So that company owner spoke to me. We had a good chat. We actually made good friends. And I said to her about telecom, you can put a report into, these certain companies. And I was waiting for that phone call again, and they rang again, and they rang again, and they rang again, and again, and again.
Harassment much?
It was literally constantly. And I snapped at one point, and I just said, "Look, your office is not based in this area. Your number is fake. You're using another company's number. Guess what? I'm on my way now straight to your real office." I've never heard them kicking off so much. I had some guys screaming on the phone to me. I started winding them up. Oh my days. There's so much going on in my life with them lot. I love scam calls. You give me a scam call and I'll make you idiot. I started getting calls of random people saying they worked in Morrison's and all that. And they were looking for their boss. And I started clicking on. It was my sister's partner's mates was doing it. And
there is one thing I will say about scam callers, though, because I saw it sounds daft, but I can imagine it being very true. A post on Facebook that when you answer any of their questions, never answer with yes.
Always answer with a maybe.
Always answer with either could be, or that is me, or what do you want, or whatever. Never answer with yes, because what they've been doing is recording you saying yes so that they can get into your accounts and things like that way, because they record your voice and then they go on to something else and use your voice to answer the questions.
It's true. It's true.
So never answer with yes.
I think
mean,
we should
I know
take
that
that post.
I know in the past I've done it, and I think
Take the post and
luckily,
put it on
touch wood,
DNTV.
to say touch wood, I've not had any money taken out of my bank or anything like that. I think
Oh,
that's
they
probably
try.
because
They
when I
do
see
try.
something unusual, I'm straight on the bank saying, "Excuse me, that wasn't authorised by me." So I can't wait till I
You
get
know
mine
what?
to do like that.
I know everyone's looking forward to it.
I want one of
Everyone's
those water bottles that you've got too.
I got a water bottle somewhere, yeah. Somewhere.
Yeah, you should have it while you're having a brew with Drew.
I should have. shouldn't I think the white jumpers are the much better ones, like out of the black ones. I'm not gonna
It
lie.
stands out better on the white.
It does, doesn't it?
Oh, that was lucky for you, Paula. Glad you did. That does look cool. And say the closest I've got to that at the moment are those. These thumbnails, because I peeled the rest of the colours off. Hoodies for sale. Message Drew.
They're £45 a hoodie. They're £45. If you want one
Yeah.
today, just message. We are taking orders straight away. We just ain't got the line set up at the moment because we just haven't had the time to actually properly sort it out. We have got a website. You guys can go on. It's www.entertainmentdntv.co.uk. Did you sort that thing out you sent me yesterday? I'm in the middle of sorting it out now today. I've actually got stuff to do today for that thing. But you wasn't fussy yesterday. You were fine yesterday. So thanks for the advice. So it is going to be coming out soon now. I got a meeting. The guy who gave me the advice for the new business to open, he did say to me yesterday, what was it? No, yesterday, it was today, sorry. He basically said, as we had the meeting last Wednesday, give me 2 minutes, I'll show you now. I'm not making sense because my ADHD is flickering. It's actually going into stairs and out. Means I got a lot of things in my mind. And it's not an excuse. ADHD is definitely not an excuse. It stares sometimes. When you got a lot of stuff in your mind, you in, or you going into a stare because you got a lot of things in your mind you want to get out but at once. It's stupid though, but it is what it is, isn't it, Mumma D?
There are lots of bits and pieces to
And
it.
And it can put me off track as well. Like sometimes topics, I could change tracks any second. So the guy I had a meeting with on Wednesday, he went this. He said, "Hey Drew, thanks for your message. I'm glad you found the information about that thing I told you about. Do you know that thing I'm opening a new agency, Dorothy?"
Oh yes. Oh, that's what I haven't done yet. Thank you for reminding me.
So the new agency I'm opening, I'm not going to say what it is yet until we get it fully finished and paid. He basically said he signed me up to, I'm going to say the word, the SIA company, and he's also made a referral to a business suited meeting conference. So he's already set me up with the meeting. He's already done it. I'm just waiting for a phone call now where we can confirm and connect in. And we also got the police getting involved. So it's kind of pretty cool new agency we opening, and it's building up a pretty cool steady area. So he messaged me that this morning. So there's a lot of new things happening in the background. A lot of new things. But
new things coming in the pipeline.
I have took up Krav Maga, and I am doing some like other things for myself. So I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun.
That's the whole point. Go out and live your life and have fun. I is confused.
I can do it.
Didn't do what?
I didn't do it.
It wasn't me.
It was me.
I was just quickly looking for something and I couldn't find it.
You look for a loser.
I
You're-
totally agree with that, Paula. You only live once.
Right, say that again now.
Which bit?
This bit. Look in the comments. As they say, YOLO.
YOLO, yeah. You only live once.
That was it. Is that how you shorten
Yeah.
it?
YOLO is you only live once.
Fuck me, I'm too hot. Oh, I saw.
Drew.
First 5 minutes is fine.
Oh, apparently it's not within the first 5 minutes, so you'll be all right.
Okay, that's cool.
Is it going on
Oh.
YouTube?
Yeah, it is on YouTube.
Yep, it's fine.
Oh, you'll be all right because it's not in the first 5 minutes.
Thank you, Charlie.
Either that, we'll just go and edit it and put a beep there. Cover your mouth.
No, literally, if you go into the rules and that, it's so funny because it's on the thing. Most of the time, they don't condone swearing if it's after the first 5 minutes. They don't really care.
Fair enough. So you're safe this one.
I think Brew the Jew is gonna be like morning time shows, but then we also need to start like I think
We'll
we
get an
need to
evening one.
As long as you put it
Yeah.
that it's as long as you put for instance, it's for mature.
Yeah.
There'll be a tag where you
Mature
have to put
audiences.
mature audiences or parental guidance.
Yeah, we'll go with parental guidance. We're very PG, Drew. On the odd occasion, we have the word slips out. I haven't got one of those. I bought
need
you
to
one.
get
Got a little timed for you. I was going to put my hoodie on and my t-shirt so that I'm ready for tonight, but I didn't get around to it.
Right, UW, you owe me sponsorship because I do this now for you.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work quite that way, Drew.
Well, it can do if I send them a letter.
I don't know, because that's why they're able to keep their prices so low, because they don't pay for advertising.
It's not advertising though. Sponsorship is different to advertising to sponsorship.
That's true.
So think about it.
That's true. You can try, but I'm not getting involved there.
It's okay. Me and the CEO will have a laugh as usual. Drew's not PG. Trust me.
Oh, we know.
Everyone knows. Everyone, if you know me that well till night time, like I literally open up and make everyone laugh.
If I'm completely honest, I'm surprised it's only that one little hiccup.
I know. I changed a lot though. I'm not gonna lie. I might do some readings this afternoon on live air, so I might do some of that.
Okay, I'm pretty much once I finish this. Yeah, I can imagine. Once I'm finished this, I'm pretty much constantly on the go for the weekend. Have you got a bit of an itch going on there, Drew?
I actually have got a bit of an itch. It's really itchy because someone's not being truthful about it herself too.
Oh, let no secrets out now. In front of the whole nation. Actually, it's bigger than the nation because it's in front of the whole world.
It's my bestie. What are you on about? It's my BFF. And then
It's
people
good
think
to
BFFs is best friends forever.
God, it's good to have those.
Literally, we have a right laugh. We do. I'm not gonna lie. She's literally awesome friend.
Exactly. It's good to have friends.
It is. I got a friend for you in need.
TikTok may not be the best places to make friends, but
TikTok gets me into a lot of trouble. I'm not gonna lie.
no, I don't know what you mean, Drew.
It's like this woman
How
Akira
many
on
times have you
TikTok.
been bananaed?
8. But Wait, you know my actual entertainment channel, like on TikTok? I've tried everything to get that bananaed, and guess what? I've not been bananaed.
Strange that. Oh yeah, 8 times, if not more.
TikTok is drama. I private my account and got rid of my. Whoa. I can see like
Right.
a TikTok is massively a drama based though. I'm not gonna lie. That's how they make their money, I think. It's by watching all the drama, emotion. But it's this one woman I was working with. That woman we helped. Foul.
Oh
Fuck.
yes. Yes.
She basically shouted out on TikTok the other day, she went got your clown chaser, and I said, no, I'm not. And she tried arguing with me, and I was like, I'm not after clown chasing. You guys caused the clown chasing on
Yeah.
social media. I says people on social media is clown chasing. It's a lot. My
Yeah,
exes
a
is
lot of that goes on.
so
Snapchat can be another one that's drama too.
Snapchat. I've used different apps. I'm not gonna lie. I've used Live. I've used
I've not used Live.
Clapper.
I've not used that either.
I've used Clapper. It's quite good actually. I'm not gonna lie. If you can go live straight away, you don't need numbers with Clapper.
That
When
can
I
be
went
good in
live,
some
everyone
ways,
went
not
crazy
so
for
in
me.
others.
Say again.
I say it's good that you can go live, but in other ways it's probably not as good because you've got to think how many kids would probably lie about their age to be able to get on it.
Oh, true. That's very true.
So how
But
many children could be
they're
getting
planning on
hurt?
BBC News to take down TikTok, and they said if they don't, if certain social media apps don't start planning to protect children, they're starting to put safeguarding and routine plans.
Going into that, what age is TikTok?
13.
15. Okay. Bear in mind.
No, 13, not 15. 13.
Oh, 13, right?
Yeah.
Bear in mind, Sophia is 15. They closed her account the other day because she's underage.
So
Tell me that one.
It doesn't make sense.
We've appealed it, and I've sent a pic because what they did was they told her to send a picture of her and myself together holding a piece of paper saying TikTok live verification and her date of birth. So we've done that, and we're still waiting for them to let her have her account back because they tried to say she was underage.
I agree with this one. Like ages, you know, I think likely social media needs to be more safeguarding than anything because even it's the worldwide public platform for children, it needs to be.
She wasn't
I
going
reckon
live.
they can go.
Right,
I reckon they can go live at like the age of 18. I reckon they should not allow them on the age of 13 and wait till they're like 16 or 18.
Yeah,
Where they're
you
in
have
a suitable age.
Yeah, you have to be 16 to go live, but she doesn't go live because
And
she
they
doesn't
need to
have
prove
that many
ID though.
followers. Yeah,
Before they go into like open the whole social media, I reckon they show a form of ID card before opening Facebook or TikTok
right.
or other processing. That's what they need to do, is do that before anything else.
I agree with it being 13 plus. I think they ought to put the minimum age to 16, if I'm completely honest.
At 16, they can have a citizenship card, an ID citizenship card.
Yeah. Or by that age, a few children have got their passports or things like that.
That's it.
With photo ID. Oh, there are a lot of fake accounts.
Like, we deal with a lot of fake accounts every day. Like, we have to be so careful. It's like if you go into someone's live and they don't look like an adult form, then we have to walk away and block them and get rid of them. But I reckon it's down to TikTok or social media to protect children, vulnerable children. It is down to them to protect them because if someone creeps on it, like Since I've been on TikTok, we caught 16 wrong ones. 16 wrong ones. That's 16. Oh, bugger, I'm going to say it. 16 pedophiles. 16 pedophiles on social media, man.
And that's only a very small drop in the ocean.
That's
for
a
how many
small
there
drop,
actually are.
yeah. Like, it gets really bad, but what a lot of people does is before they make it, before they sell, what I find out massively is, and this is what I caught social media is doing, is they get one little drop. This person done something like this, only something small, but then accuse them of being a massive wrong one.
Yeah.
And without any evidence, without any proof, the first thing they need to do is get the evidence, get the proof before anything. Before anything is get the evidence.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have the evidence and you give them no full information, it's slander and it's actually imprisonment. You can go to prison for it.
Yeah.
You can either be fined or prison or charged. And that's one thing they don't do. Like with me, I look first and then I literally get the evidence. If you don't believe me, I got the evidence. The last guy I caught, he's now in prison, thank God. And that is literally due to the fact of the stuff I've worked in. Because I'm very big on my confidentiality, I'm very big on safeguarding, and I'm very big on the knowledge of law that. If you ask Mum and Dee, I deal with this quite a lot.
Oh, yeah.
See, I even showed you. Hey, actually, what did I show you this morning? Because I was talking about doing something to protect someone.
You were showing me about the SIA stuff, the safeguarding.
And also the website where to
that
go.
reminded me. Good morning, Marcus.
Hey, Marcus, long time no see, buddy.
You showed me that reminded me I need to chase up a safeguarding or start a safeguarding thing for my mum's next door neighbour. It's horrendous what my mum went through yesterday. I'm absolutely disgusted, but it is getting dealt with, because if it doesn't, I will be taking things a lot further than I did yesterday. And that's not taking it into my own hands either.
But what I showed you a website where to go to find a safeguarding report, didn't I?
You did, and it's given me the telephone number to call to raise it as an urgent case.
So I'm really.
My mum's okay. I'll put it into a short story. I was on the phone to my mum yesterday. She's hard of hearing, so she normally has hearing aids in, but she had her phone on loudspeaker because it's easier for her to hear it. And she didn't put her hearing aids in yesterday because her next door neighbour was constantly screaming, shouting, and I don't know what else. So Mum was trying to get help to sort out the voicemail on her mobile phone, and she had one of her other neighbours with her trying to help her. And because of it being such lovely weather at the moment, she was sitting out in her back garden, which is what most people would do in this weather if they can cope with the heat. And while I was talking to my mum, all I've heard is her next door neighbour shouting expletives at my mum for talking to me on the phone. So obviously, me being the protective daughter that I am, I started screaming back, knowing that I was on loudspeaker. So I then had to drop somebody off at an appointment, and I went over to my mum's for the afternoon. I don't think I've spent so long at my mum's flat for a long time. But we were all sitting out in the garden with her other neighbour and their dog and whatnot, having a laugh and a joke. And the lady that was screaming all these expletives kept just standing there staring at us all through the window. And then she came out into her garden and got the lawnmower out and cut a little circle in the grass. Then went back in. And then a few minutes later came back out and did another little bit of garden. Bear in mind the garden's, what size would you say the garden is?
Tiny.
About 8 foot by 12? Yeah, about 8 foot by 12 foot garden. So not the biggest of gardens. And a majority of her garden's patio. So it's like it took her 2 attempts to cut a little tiny bit of grass. She has her son living with her that's not meant to be there, who's supposed to be her carer, but he pins her up against the kitchen wall and threatens to break her legs. So it's like definitely going to be going on safeguarding to safeguard her from her son. But the fact that my mum won't even put her hearing aids in, so she's not living her life how she should be able to because of her neighbours. So I spoke to people that own the properties, so hopefully they will act on it. And then today I'm going to phone safeguarding and chase that up for her.
I think
Because
it's
I
really,
won't speak to my mum like that. No way I'm letting someone else speak to my mum like that.
I think it's really important, like how safeguarding have to be used for vulnerables.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially when you got people like being neglect and abuse. It's all about doing it, but it's really important to get all the evidence as you need.
We did get a few videos of her standing there staring at us and antagonizing the dog and things like that yesterday.
Yeah, so you could do.
So we've now got the evidence.
But like I showed like Dorothy, like I'm very big on social media, like protecting people. I've had people try and say shit about me, and I tell you what, the big thing is, I goes out from one ear into the other. I used to go crazy about it, but now I'll say, show me the evidence. If you can show me the evidence,
yeah,
then I'll do a full unclaim. I'll take myself to the police station, and I'll put a report in myself about myself. And 96% of the chances, and I say 96, it's because they got nothing to show. They'll get some sort of fake report. They'll get some sort of person saying stuff about you, but they can't show any physical hard evidence about anything. So if you ever get questioned out on live on social media, just go like this: show me what the evidence you got.
Yeah. Because a lot of the time people, they're trying to say bad things about you because deep down they're the ones that are bad.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to project it onto other people to make them feel better.
I think this is the most important about social media is like a lot of people are getting falsely accused on social media. And what they got to remember is stand off. If they get hearing rumors about someone, then show the evidence. Don't be crying about it. But one thing you have to do is keep it away from social media as well. Because if they got something against you, okay, this is a good way for you, but also a bad way for them. Pull it in the backstage. Tell them, say, look, here's my Snapchat. Have that and show me what evidence you've got. And then if I done something wrong, dismiss it and go to the police and stop, put your hand up. But the best thing I always do is never put it on social media because, one, it can get instruction as an evidence, which that means you put it out there. Whatever they say in is a load of bull crap. Then the police won't use that as evidence. The police will use it as a slip slide sheet. So they'll say, well, you haven't got really evidence because you put it out on social media, and that's it. So you're out here in the backstage, and that's how it works. Hey, Kelly, how you doing? Can you report someone for harassing on school media, on social media? Yeah, you can, depending if they use your name. So say like Paulo, I'm not a lawman. I just study safeguarding and I studied protection because, like, I work in a certain field. Social media is a very hard platform because it's a public platform, so anyone can use anything against you on a public platform. But if they screen your name, so say like Polly, let's use you. If I use your name on social media, even your name is on the public platform, if I'm discriminating by telling someone, oh, Drew's done this, or Paula's done this, that is then slander your name on social media. Then it comes under harassment if they constantly saying it more than 3 times. And then if you ask them to remove them, if you ask them to move it like 3 or 4 times in that number, then they have to move it. But people just sit there and laugh and think, oh, they can get away with it. But it comes to be then a what's it called now? It doesn't only come to be a criminal law; it can also become as a public. What's it called now?
I know that.
What's the other one from criminal law to dealing with disowned people?
My brain's gone this morning. I haven't had enough coffee yet. That's my excuse. I know what you're thinking
A
of.
civil law, a civil
That's
matter.
one
That's it.
civil. It's
Yeah,
as the
so it'd be
police
a
say, they
civil.
can't deal with it because it's a civil matter.
Yeah, so it does come under some civil matter, but
That's the one,
that's
Marcus.
it does come under all that. Oh, yeah, she's on YouTube now. Cool.
Yeah.
That's away, Paula.
And I've shared the
No,
website as well.
on everything, and she's making fake accounts, watching me and reporting back to my ex. Well, if she's doing that, and you got to find the evidence and the proof to prove it, that's the only downfall to it.
Or if you do speak to the police, then let them know what's going on, because they should be able to trace her IP address.
Depending, she has to prove the evidence. They don't just do it
The
on
IP, if she's doing it from the same place all the time, they'll be able to trace the IP address.
Yeah, but she has to prove the evidence.
Yeah.
She have to prove it. They just can't, because proving to trace an IP address, it costs them thousands and thousands of pounds. That's why people goes to hackers.
I'm sure if you speak to Drew later, he might be able to help you there, Paula.
Was that bad?
She's got no evidence, FML, which the one word we're not supposed to say, my life.
Oh yeah, fuck my life. That one.
But she knows it's her.
I'm sorry, I'm not using these rules. I'm just gonna be me for a bit. Like,
bless you.
I'm a nice guy, but God, I've changed a lot. Drew.
Are you going to be in trouble again, Drew? Are you trying to tell Porky Pies?
I'm a nice guy, but
that's you that's in the picture, Paula. Shame on you for saying you're ugly, because you are very pretty.
Thank you for winning that. Marcus, it has been a very, very long time, mate. It's been such a long time where we actually will have to have a catch up, mate. I had time off. I got a divorce from my ex-wife. I had a split from a girl who lied to me. And she did. She lied. So
and I was in that for the t-shirt. But we've come out the other side.
Oh, that's it, basically.
And we're back here to show everybody that they're not going to keep us down.
That's it. Now we're moving forward now. We're like bringing back the people. But my story for mental health is getting quite there. We just done the filming for it.
All I'm going to say is, if it does go further, I don't want somebody else being me.
No one else is going to be you.
I'm going to say only I can be me.
Yeah. I think that's what's gonna. I think my story is gonna give boost to like blokes and females out there, like, you know, not alone in a situation.
But the thing is, though, it is good for people to talk if they're feeling that low.
But what they're worried about is like, oh, but I've done this in the past, I've done that in the past, and what the past is basically just a hold on for bringing you down, and it kills you when you hold on to it.
The way I've learned to deal with it is what happened in the past stays in the past. From today onwards, I'm making.
But what a lot of people do, they use their past as a weapon, and that's the nuclear bomb of it all. It's the past is the weapon, and I explain that in a second. It's been a while, buddy, but fighting fit now. That's the way, Marcus. That's why I want to hear. Fighting fit is really important.
He's been unwell. Hope it was nothing too serious.
And that's it, Paula. F the fake ones. It's okay not to be okay. That is true, Paula. So the base thing about mental health is something either happened now or in the past. Mainly, it's probably more chance to do with the past, and that's why we struggle with PTSD, depression, postnatal depression through pregnancy. It's all a bundle of mix in your mind, And one thing I've dealt with, and if anyone could tell me right now, okay, right, tell me right now, I do not know what I'm talking about. I promise you, I flaming do, because
In there,
done
and we've
it.
had to help you out of there.
Yeah, a lot of people kicked in when I needed them. So the right people, not the fake people, the right
The ones
people.
that said that they've got your back, even though you didn't think we did at times.
But certain people didn't have my back, though. I will say that on my
I
life.
know, I know that.
And I
But
will
those
literally
that
sit.
did
I would
are
literally
still
sit
there.
here. I would literally sit here and say, them ones who were panning my friends, and them ones who said, "I'll be there for you, Drew." Where were they when I really needed them? Where were they? Because I was there for them when they were down, ill, sick, all feeling low. I'm that sort of guy. But then, where were they when I hit the most darkest line of the point? Where were they? Nowhere to be seen. And I found
mean,
out
I
who my real friends were.
all through that, there was a couple of times when I didn't answer your phone or call or whatever, and when I realised I'd missed it, I felt awful because I knew how bad you were feeling, and I was
It's
like,
it's not about
next time,
conversation of sympathy, yeah, I'm just making it clear,
mm,
guys. It's about like how we feel. It's a mum, you shouldn't feel like that. It's I
oh,
get you.
no, but at the time I did because I felt like I was letting you down, even though I know I wasn't.
Yeah,
But
I
it,
get you.
it's it's hard in those situations for everybody around you, no matter who
Not
it is.
everyone can solve it with you, but
Yeah, as long
like
as
you
you get,
respect them for that.
yeah,
But then like
if you know that they're trying,
when they need you, you're there for them. And
yeah.
when you do everything the best in your power, they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, wow. But that's the one thing I did not like is like they were sticking up for like other people. They were getting their nose involved with other things. Instead of actually caring about the person, they were getting involved with personal relationship in life. And
I'm
it's
just going to put my cam off for a second.
yeah. The worst thing is people's pretending they care when they do not. That's it, Paul, and that's what I really respect. The past is a learning experience. It's all part of the shaping of us as a
Right, I'm
person.
back.
I pulled myself from the depth of fear. That's it, the depth of fear. That's it, and that's what it's basically about. A learning experience, but also it can mentally exhaust you, damage you when you're going through that depression, and you think no one's gonna ever talk to you. You know, I'll tell a little bit. I'm gonna tell a little bit about the story because we ain't got much time left. So I was sitting on a bench. Okay, I was sitting on a bench in this green park, and it was a building, and it was a river. Okay, it was like the river, and I get a message from my ex saying some really horrible words, and she was saying such a horrible words with a point where it's something to do with human life, okay? And it got to the point where she was hurting me, and that every day my head was ringing, and it got pretty bad. I kept hearing her voice, I could smell her scent, and I tried to get out of my head. And I remember one day, Phil, my buddy, which you guys have met, but he's been on here a few times, he sat on the phone, me breaking down in front of my and shouting to myself. In the end, I had this one massive breakdown, and I shouted, "Get out of my head!" I can hear, I can smell her voice. I was in deep love with this girl. I had the whole passion. I worshipped the ground where she walked on. I worshipped her as a person I cared for, and it came to the point where I was sitting on this bench, and I was sitting between this memorial and this memorial I was sitting to where they had shoulders. Okay, right? And I felt safe there, but I also was breaking down. I was crying every day. I was listening to music. I tried to get out of my head, try to move on forward. I tried. I even spoke to Mama D. I was speaking to Phil, and I was waking up. I wasn't eating, I wasn't drinking. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know who I was. I lost my whole completely mind. I lost my whole mind. I couldn't even think the dates when I left my ex. I couldn't even think of what day it was. I was pale as heck. I bought my son a present and gave him a kiss on the head the day I was going to go. I give them a present the day I was going to end my entire life. I sat on that bench and I saw this building and I suddenly remembered it was getting fixed on scaffolding. So I climbed it. I actually climbed it. And I climbed up. And I went there and I had a beer in my hand. Got there. A friend of mine on social media, couple of friends of mine, I put a picture and I got a big special show to tell you.
Okay.
So I was on top of the building and it's about to go live. I had people trying to ring me. I had people trying to they put out posters. Have you seen Drew? Have you seen him? Please help him. So that's what they did. And it hit a really big, massive sport out there. It really did. It was all thanks to a woman called Tracy and a woman called Debbie and a few other people, Mum D. Everyone was trying to get over me. Even my ex-wife was trying to get over me. And I was on top of that building. I couldn't get this girl out of my head. I was in so much deep love. It wasn't creepy. It wasn't weird. It wasn't anything. Okay. It was deep love. Love can be a powerful spell. Okay. And in the end, I wanted to be free. I wanted to be free from all the pain, all the agony, all the emotions, everything I'd been through with my family, my friends, everything. I wanted to be free. I choose the water. Water is my symbol. It's me. I love water. And all I wanted to do was that water to be taken me away from the world. And that, good morning, Dee. At that point, I heard a scream in my ears. When I was just about to jump, I heard a scream, and that scream was my kids. I heard my kids' voice asking, "Hey, Mum, why did Dad do this? Dad, please don't do it."
Mm-hmm.
That gave me a massive strength. That gave me a massive strength. I got down. The police shut down half of Bristol, and they were looking for me. They found me, and they called in the crisis team. They didn't arrest me. They didn't put me under. They were going to put me under the Mental Health Act to get me help, but I told them no, because I knew my human rights because of my field I used to work in. And I said, if you give me a support team in work for man's mental health, that's what I wanted. So I sat on that couch, and they did. And I got the team support work. It took Dorothy, Phil, a few other people I have respect for. And I sat down with that support worker and spoke. I told him. But when I first met her, I couldn't speak. I didn't know what to trust. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to believe. Mental health support teams doesn't work out there.
Not always.
Right. No, it doesn't. But this support team was different. So I went with them, and I got the help I really needed. And that help, I was doing it by myself with a support worker and a team by me, my mates. And that's what happened. I got back up, and I literally put myself into a South Asian army building where I thought I was homeless. And my brain just wanted to get away from everyone. I want to be isolated. And that's what I did, didn't I, Mum and Dee? I isolated myself.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to get back up there every day. I was talking to people on social media. I was going through a massive people using me for an ability side of it. But it didn't stop me. I went for walks every day. I went for a meal every day. I couldn't eat outside cafes, and that's what happened. I started building myself up and started bringing up stuff like that. In the end, I started doing college work. I started building myself back up. I started seeing my son. I started pulling my head out my ass, and I started to really focus what I needed help with. So I passed my level 1 mental health with Mum and D's by the side of me, with network support team by the side of me. I started getting my college course in, started getting a qualification, and I did. I helped. I wasn't afraid to talk out anymore. I'm not afraid to talk out about the mental health or about, like you said, to help. I want blokes to hear every day, you don't need to worry about mental health. I worry about not speaking out. So I did. I got back up, I raised myself, and I took myself back to what I was doing. I told my plan. I was getting questioned every day. When are you doing a show? When are you doing this? We miss you. I decided to pull myself back out and said, well, I want to take away from my show for a bit. Give myself time to fix myself. I've been judged on social media. I've been bullied on social media. That story's going in BBC News. It's going to be said what happened. And I'm making it damn well clear. If any guys out there is afraid to speak out, don't be afraid. I promise you,
Exactly.
you will get better.
And I just want to say, Kelly, I've been where you were, and I understand completely the emotions that you go through. So if you ever need to speak to me, just come and find me. Obviously, I'm not Mama D on Facebook. I'm down as Dorothy Beardstall. You won't be able to miss me because I've got a big UW logo with myself, Drew, and another one of our friends. So if anybody ever needs to talk, just message me.
That's all it
And
takes.
I'm happy to listen.
That's all it takes.
Mhm.
That's all it takes is to open our mouth and speak. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid what happens next, because you never know what happens next. You might be afraid that person will come after you. You might be afraid that, but I promise you, once people kick in just to protect you, they will.
I mean, mine was 15 years ago. But I still, if I see somebody that looks familiar, I take a step back and think, oh, okay. And then I think, well, actually, I'm not the same person I was back then. I'm a lot stronger. Exactly. It does take the right person who will listen. And as I said, I've been through it. I have been at rock bottom and come back out the other side. And I've had, in the 15 years that I've lived here, I've had homeless people coming and staying with me. I've had tents in the garden for homeless people to stay in. And I've got friends that have been in prison that I've stayed in contact with because they've ended up in prison for reasons that, yes, they shouldn't have done what they've done, but it was their circumstance that pushed them to why they're there. So I'm not going to sit there and watch them struggle because of where they are. They're still human beings at the end of the day. And that's why I will always help and support anybody that I know.
So, if you ever feel like you're afraid or like anything, don't worry. It is people here, and we take mental health very serious here. We really do. We very do it. It's a reason why we got qualifications in what me and Mama D's done. And Mama D, you could provide your qualification on DNTV like I can if you want.
I've got level 2 in understanding mental health.
Same here.
because
And I'm actually working for a company.
say I'm a carer for my son who has PTSD, ADHD, and after 20 odd years, we are now finding out that they've misdiagnosed that he could be autistic.
As usual.
So I'm now having that one. I've also got my older daughter who has borderline personality disorder, and I've been through hell and high water with her, which is what made me want to do the level 2, understanding mental health, so that I could understand my own children. And obviously, because I've done that, I now can help understand more than just my close family, which is why I'm always there to show support as best I can. Thank you, Paula. I mean, ironically, I've currently got somebody who was in prison living in my home, because obviously when they're released, they're not given somewhere to live. They would have been left out on the streets to fend for themselves. And that's not on.
No,
This is
also,
where the government need to stand up and say, well, actually, they're being released. We need to have accommodation where people can go to get back on their feet.
oh, they want. It's all about money. It's all about money.
Exactly. But I've got no problem, because yes, it's made social services become involved with me because of what they were in prison for. But they've come round and they've seen, well, actually, there's no threat there, because they get on like siblings. But because my daughter's under 18, they have to come and check everything out. But I have noticed what the time is, Drew. I need to shoot, not literally, before people start panicking.
She means she's got to go. She's got to mean
I've
go.
got to go. I've got appointments to be at 12 o'clock, so I need to make a move. And love you all. Take care. And I'll let Drew either carry on chatting or whatever he wants to do. But I will see you all soon.
Thank you for coming on, Mama D. I'll see you later.
No worries. Have a great day. Bye-bye, everybody.
Right. Bye-bye, lovely. Bye-bye. So that was my awesome Mama D. Let's see if I can small that down. I don't like being on big cam. Can I be on small? No. Oh, damn. No, I can't. Okay. So anyway, guys, yeah, mental health is really serious on DNTV. Don't be afraid to speak out. If you want to speak to one of us, we're happy to do that, and we can provide our qualifications. Second of all, I work for a company now with the company who saved my life as well. I work for them as well. So I actually work for men's mental health, which I'll display it once everything's done. I got training in July. So if you need a chat or someone to talk different to, then come and chat to us, okay? Don't be afraid. But it's been a great day and a great night for the last couple of nights. And if you guys want to talk more about it, I'm more happy to. We have got some shows coming up, guys. I do recommend, though, please share this live out. Tell people about us. Get us back out there. Spread the word. We're going to be talking about paranormal tonight, I think. So if you're into ghosty stuff, I'm happy to come and talk to you about that. And I hope you guys have a brilliant, brilliant day, okay? But my name is Drew Nicholas. I'm the owner of the company of Entertainment DMTV. You've been watching Brew with Drew. Guys, you can drop your coffees, you can take your feet down and go back to what you were doing. If not, enjoy the rest of your day and just enjoy that beautiful sunshine while we got it. All right, see you guys later. Thanks for coming and watching.